All right, so let's get started. We are on session 1 for our 6-week session. Grounding, stability, support. Let's start by taking our sweet time coming down onto the floor. We want to take pressure off of our feet. Let's inhale the arms up, extending through the fingertips. Exhale, swan dive down. If that block is nearby, we can always bring it in to support this pattern and transition. I have both hands on my block. I'm stepping my feet out to the width of my yoga mat, bending the knees, dropping the hips back a little bit. Go ahead and slide your left foot back, bend both knees, and then sweep the right leg back as well. From here, let both feet slip over to the side. Let's come back onto our hips. We're bringing the block with us. Let's position ourselves on our mat so that we're able to lie down on one side. And then we can roll over onto our backs, placing that yoga block between the knees and the thighs. Lowering our feet down onto the floor. The foundation ultimately is the breath in our entire yoga practice. So the foundation is more so energetic before it becomes physical. Having both hands on the belly, let's begin to shape the breath as we inhale, feeling as if the belly is rising, the lower part of the lungs are filling, creating this rise in the stomach. Then exhale, softly let the belly fall, feeling as if there's a complete release of tension in your low back. Inhaling in through the nose as much as possible. Exhale from the throat. It could be a sigh of relief. It could be like fogging a mirror. Inhale. Soft exhale. Relaxing the jaw. Every time we soften with that exhale, there's a higher probability that we are tapping into our relaxation response. We tap into the nervous system to soften the body and really embody a deep sense of peace. Inhaling, begin to shape the breath a little more by counting the length of the inhale and the length of the exhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3. Exhaling 3, 2, 1. Moving into an equal ratio breath. Perhaps noticing a pause at the top of your inhale. Maybe a pause at the exhale as well. Breathing can be seamless, or it can be dissected. Notice what your body's preference is first. Then maybe experiment. If you tend to chop up your breath, try seamless breathing. If the breath is seamless, try to clearly pause, take pause with each rhythmic part of the breath. All the while, continue to count, rhythmically pacing the breath, tapping into a rhythm that is both mindful and also helping us to work with the art of observation. How is the body responding to the breath? When you're ready, let the hands go out to the sides of your body, palms up or down. We're trusting the body to breathe in its own authentic way, regulating our energy.
Let's add in just a little bit of work with the thighs. We feel the block secure between the thighs, and yet there's no effort to maintain that block. As we inhale, we breathe in with no effort, no pressure on the block. Pause, press into the block with the slightest bit of effort, then exhale. Relax, inhale. Pause, squeeze, exhale. Relax. Inhale. Pause, squeeze, exhale. Soften, inhale. Pause, squeeze, exhale. Just a few more times, inviting that connection between the breath and the body, recruiting just the smallest bit of energy in the lower thighs. Those muscles move into your pelvis, your hips, and low back as well. One more. Now find a grip on that block somewhere between your maximum effort and complete relaxation. So maybe we squeeze in a few times, not necessarily with the breath, but squeeze really hard into the block with all of your body's might, with all of your energy, saturating the legs. And then release it all the way. Squeeze really, really, really hard. Completely relax. Somewhere between that effortless and complete effort state is going to be your center. Let's squeeze in with half of our effort. And then extend your left leg. Point the toe and straighten the leg. Lower the left leg down, squeezing with half our effort, extending the right leg. And again, it's only half our effort. Then let that leg come down. Continue to alternate half of the effort on the squeeze. We might notice sometimes that there is a quiver or a shake that can develop in the thighs or in the hips. These long holding patterns can sometimes test some of the very valuable muscles in your hips and body, muscles that are very deep to stabilize the hips, stabilize the back and the spine. And where we stabilize the body, we send messages also of stabilization to the mind. So this can lead to emotional stability, energetic stability. Let's do one more on each side, working with that 50% effort, stabilizing mind, body, and spirit. If you want, come down with your feet flat when you feel that left and right are evened out. Lift your heels, and now push off your feet so that both knees leave the floor. We're extending the legs up towards the sky with the toes pointed. Press through your heels and flatten the feet. Hold it there, pushing hard through the heels, stretching the backs of the legs, backs of the knees, all the way down into the glutes and the low back. Point and flex the feet a few times. Pointed toe, flat foot. Now roll out the ankles in any direction. Reverse your circles. Come to neutral, point the toes again, bend the knees, and tap the feet down to the floor. Once the toes feel secure on the floor, flatten your feet. Press the hands down into the floor directly beside your hips. Preferably the hands are on the yoga mat. You can even peel up the edges of your hips to bring your thumbs a little bit underneath the buttocks region and hips. Push your elbows down into the floor. On the next inhale, begin to lift the hips, pressing firmly into the soles of the feet, coming up into bridge. 50% effort, squeezing that yoga block. Exhale, lower the hips down. Inhaling, pressing straight down into the feet, lifting the hips, pressing down into the arms, elbows, and fingertips. Squeeze the block. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhaling, lift. Press up. Exhale, lower. Come down. One more of each. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. From here, squeeze the yoga block really hard. Lift the heels again. Push off the toes. And let's rock the knees in and out. Bring the knees in. Exhale. Knees come as close to the body as possible. You could even wrap the hands around the sides of the thighs. And now slowly inhale. Push the thighs and knees away and tap your toes. Inhale. Exhale, pull the knees in. Squeeze in really tight. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, contract in. Warming up the abdomen. Inhale, let it go. One more time. Exhale, contract in. Grab your block. Take it off to the side. Take the knees out wide and place the feet down on the mat. Hands out to the side with the palms down. Windshield wiper knees. Exhale, knees twist over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, center. Think about what the left shoulder is doing. Knees go to the right. Push your left shoulder down into the floor. Inhale, center. Knees to the left. Press your right shoulder down into the floor. Couple more on each side. We're stretching muscles that run diagonal through the body. Center. Twist left. Press the right shoulder down. One more. Inhale. Twist right. Last one. Even it out. Inhale, center. Twist left. Roll all the way over onto the left side. From here, we're pressing up to seated. Still working on grounding, slowly coming up. Let's take our block between the knees and the thighs. You could always sit on a blanket, a towel, maybe create a small perch. In protecting the low back and in line with our theme of the foundation, to protect your low back, when we sit on a perch, it's recommended you come to the edge of that perch so that you feel like there's a little drop or a little roll off the perch. And this will flip your hips back. The purpose of flipping your hips back or creating like a sway back is to move your spine into a neutral position. Your spine is not completely flat, it goes in a little bit. From here, we have our block. We're lifting our toes, taking our hands back. That little perch is really helpful. You can put the heel of the hand on the perch
And then the fingers can move around a little bit. Pull your elbows back, bless you. Walk your heels back. See that the feet and the knees are the same distance apart. What most women do is this. That means that our back is tight and our inner thighs probably are going to work on strengthening. Separate. Sit nice and tall. Advanced version. Smiling. Okay? Keep the toes lifted. Extend your right leg. It might be challenging. We want it to be. Slowly bring it down. Extend your left leg. Again, it might be challenging, but we want it to be. Bring it down. Keep extending. Inhale. Exhale. 50% effort on that squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Check in with the effort. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Squeeze. Inhale. And exhale. Does anyone else agree that this looks way easier than how it feels? Can we agree? Yeah, okay. Point your toes. Let's notice how simply changing the angle of the ankle joint can change how this feels. 50% effort on that squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You know what makes it easier? Act like you're on camera teaching a yoga class. Margaret. Okay, from here, touch your toes together. Let's take the block away. Shift forward. Let the soles of the feet touch. And let's come forward into butterfly. Relax your head and your neck. Inhale. Imagine your breath is moving into the back part of your lungs, moving up and down the sides of the spine. Exhale, completely relax, and maybe even shift forward just a little bit more. One more, inhale, and then exhale. Keep the head relaxed. Begin walking the hands in towards the body. Bring your knees up and separate the feet. From here, we're letting our hands go over to one side with our knees, and we're walking around to face the front of our mat. We can unroll our mat, remove any props behind you. From here, you can tuck or untuck your toes. It's completely up to your body. Begin pushing the hips back towards your heels for child's pose. Another option is to touch your toes together and open the knees wide. Then come down into child's pose, relaxing the head and the neck. There are so many variations on child's pose. The main thing is that you feel that this is bringing more comfort to your body. If you're noticing that it's painful on the knees or painful on the back, shift forward and give your body the comfort that it deserves. Create that comfort for your body. Let's practice at least one long exhale in child's pose. Big exhale. Looking forward. From here, walk the hands in close. Bring the knees close if they're not already. Let's take our yoga block to the top of our mat, as we might want to use it to come to standing. We came down with a specific pattern. We're going to come up with a specific pattern. Let's shift forward. Take the knees and the feet out wide. Bring the hands up onto the top of your block. And notice that when I'm using this for support, I'm not on the edge where it'll push forward. I'm getting my weight directly over that block, pushing straight down. This is a pillar of support. tuck your toes. Let your body choose for you, whatever leg feels like it wants to come forward. Once that leg is out to the side, back toe is tucked, we're gonna lean towards that leg, push down into the foot, keep pushing straight down into your block, and start lifting. Then step it forward and bring the block up with you. Wow, that was smooth. I like it. I like it. Let's bring the block between the knees and the thighs. Why is it so important to practice patterned movement, especially smoothing it out? Overall body and limb coordination is the foundation for executive function and logical thinking. There's a lot we can tell about overall brain health based on your coordination and movements. That's why we want to continue to work on it. Let's bring our feet in. Block is between the knees. Knees are soft. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Nice and smooth. Exhale, take it back. Maybe even close the eyes and really focus on patterning the movement so that it feels very smooth out, very elegant. Imagine you're like a ballerina. I like to imagine it's more so like, y'all know, I love water. So, you know, whenever they have, what's it called? When they do the water stuff and they're dancing in the water? Not water aerobics, Stella. You know, like in the Olympics, when they're doing like synchronized swimming. It's incredible. Incredible. And down. Inhaling up, big breath in. Exhale down. One year we should all, for Halloween, show up as a group of synchronized swimmers.
Does that mean a bathing suit?
Well, I mean, like, you know, we could wear like bathrobes, like terry cloth robes, and we don't even have to fix our hair that day, y'all. Because we could wear those little caps. Okay, inhale up. If anybody asks you what you are, we can carry spray bottles and just go synchronized swimmer. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, both arms up, big breath in. Exhale, swan dive, hands come down onto the thighs. Flip your hips back and drop the belly. I know, many of us spend a lot of time sucking our stomachs in, not wanting it to protrude. Some of us have been told, suck in for your core health. Some of us suck in because, well, we all have our reasons, right? But please let your stomach protrude. Let your intestines be soft. Let everything hang forward. This way we can pull some tension off of your back. And there's something really beautiful about having a soft stomach, right? There is something beautiful about that. There is.
My intestines love it.
I know. I mean, my kids loved it. They didn't want to take a nap on a 6-pack abs, right? They want a soft stomach. All right, when you're ready, slowly begin to pull your tailbone under. Now pull your stomach in. So we're gonna tuck the intestines up into the ribs and into the spine, then drop your head. Shake your head yes. Turn your head left and right. Bring the hands to the thighs. Bend the knees. Let the stomach come forward and let it release. No tension in the belly. You know, sucking in your stomach too much or keeping those muscles really tense can actually hurt elimination process. So we need to let the intestines kind of move nice and loose. Inhale, exhale, contract. Inhale, come forward, release. Rhythmic with it. Squeeze the block, contract. Inhale, release. Exhale, 50% effort. Squeeze the block, contract. One more of each. Inhale, release. Exhale, contract. Find a flat back. Take the block from between the knees. Let's come up to standing. Pressing the block into the hands. So interestingly enough, energetically in yoga, you can feel more supported or more grounded when you have pressure in your hands. This feeds the nerves in the hands and the feet feed into the pelvis and hips. Push into the block. Step your left foot back, a casual stride, both legs straight. Inhale, take it up. Ooh, hold it there, taking a breath. Notice how your shoulders feel. This is a big movement, big inhale. Squeeze that block, bend the front knee, and step forward. Inhale, right foot back. Both legs straight, arms up. Hold it there, big breath. Check in with the shoulders. Squeeze overhead, pull it down, and step forward. Now let's pick up the pace. Establish the rhythm. Inhale, rock back. Exhale, pull down, step forward. Inhale, rock back. Reach it up. Exhale, come forward. Eyes open. Establish the gaze. Notice the gaze will shift. You may have to look to different places to feel more secure. That's okay. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. At any point, try closing the eyes. You will notice I move slower when I close my eyes. Why? Because it's like fear factor. It's so dark in here. That's with our Halloween theme. And lift. When we close our eyes, there's no depth perception. There's nothing feeding the nervous system for security. So lean into what you see with your mind's eye. So see the movement through the mind's eye and notice that it will get easier to close your eyes. Let's do one more on each side. Absolutely no rush. We'll meet at center with our feet in mountain position. Let's take the block down to the floor. Moving through a small warrior sequence on each side. Feet are at the width of the pelvis bones. Inhaling, arms coming up and overhead. Stepping our left foot back, a very casual stride, bending the right knee, warrior one. From here, we're opening to the left edge of our mat, warrior two. Walk your right foot to the center of the mat so that your right heel lines up with your left mark on your foot. If there was a clock at the top of the mat, a clock, just like this one on the wall, your right toe is at 12 o'clock, your left toe is at 9 o'clock. From here, let's turn the right palm up, left hand to the hip. Good. Reach up, keep bending the right knee. Breathe into the upper right thumb. Reverse warrior. Big inhale. Exhale, right hand to the right thigh. Get sassy with it. Push your hip back. There you go. You want to unlock that hip and pelvis right there. It can get tight, especially on women. Let's take our left arm out, palm up. Press it towards the ceiling like you're trying to paint the ceiling. And now paint the wall in front of you. Arm overhead. You can have the palm down with the bicep over your ear, or you can bend the elbow and have it in front of your body a little bit. Lower your right elbow to your right thigh, further opening the side of that left hip. Big inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, left hand to the hip. Inhale, come up. Extend your right arm out. Extend your left arm out. This is a fun transition. If you've never windmilled before, please watch first. Windmilling. Whee! Down towards the floor. We're going to lift the back foot and bend both knees. Yes, we are. We're doing it now. And we're going. And we're down. And then we're stepping our left foot forward. Walk the hands up the thighs. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more, reset, inhale. Exhale. Okay, so the block is there. You could always use it on the windmill. It's a fun transition. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, arms overhead, big breath in. Stepping our right foot back this time. Casual warrior 1. Bending the left knee. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior 2. Turning the right heel in, opening up. So now if we think about the clock at the top of the mat, left foot at 12 o'clock, right toe at 3 o'clock. If I was to drag my left foot back, the arch of my left foot touches, the heel of my left foot touches the arch of my right foot. That's the alignment. We are in warrior 2 position. Let's take the right hand to the hip, left palm up, left arm straight up, reverse warrior. Breathe into your upper left lung. Keep bending the left knee. Big inhale. Exhale, left hand to the left thigh. Right arm extends out. Right palm out. You're painting the ceiling. Sweep it up. Bring it over the head. Maybe left elbow to the left thigh. Again, get a little sassy with it. Push that right hip back. Inhale, breathe, big breath. Exhale, right hand to the hip. Push off the thigh. Extending the arms. Looking down towards our block, we have a windmill. Shifting forward. It's kind of like a cartwheel, but I will be honest with y'all, I could never do cartwheels. I got the wind knocked out of me when I tried, but I can windmill. Bring it down, lift your back heel, balance, 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 and then step it forward. Leave the block, inhale, reverse swan dive, big breath in. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Let's step back a little bit. Hands come onto the thighs or hips. Take your left foot forward onto the block, working on balance. My entire foot is on the block. Look at the supporting standing leg. Probably for most of us, the toe turned out. We started with both toes forward. But notice as soon as we go to step, sometimes the foot turns out. That's usually because the muscles are stronger or tighter on your outer hip. Just for today, you can experiment with turning that toe in. So the foot is not completely forward. It's not out. Let's go 50%. So you get to gauge it. Strengthening your inner knee, inner thigh, and pelvic floor muscles. Keep a little bend in the knee, low center of gravity. Now let's notice, where do we feel more balance? Where does the body appear to balance more? Is it with the hands at the hips, or is it when you take your hands away? Is it with the hands down? Or is it with the arms overhead? So balance can be experienced by each person in a very different way. It might take very different ways or very different modifications for us to feel balanced. Wherever you are, begin to look as if you're watching a sunset. Where would you imagine the horizon to be? And steady your gaze. This neutral gaze can help to neutralize your nervous system. Now, through the mind's eye, close one eye. Close your other eye. It's okay if it gets a little wobbly. If you allow your body to maybe lean into those subtle gestures, those subtle pulls by gravity, you may notice that your body starts to do a tiny circle. It may do a small, almost like an elliptical movement, as if the body is beginning to orbit around its own center of gravity. This requires a little bit of trust. Notice when you feel pulls more forward or back, to the left or to the right. just noticing, and can we lean into that instead of resisting it? Sometimes we resist and we overcorrect. And then we fall. When you're ready, open your eyes. Let's step the foot down and switch out the feet. So again, if we start with both toes forward, step the right foot up. If the foot immediately flips out to the side, bring it halfway in towards the neutral alignment. Feel the foot on the block, especially the ball of the foot. Establish the gaze beyond the horizon. Work with your arms. Where does the body find balance? It can be very different from left to right. And then maybe close one eye. And close the other eye. When the body feels pulled, slightly lean into it rather than resisting it. And breathe. Keep breathing. When we lean into it rather than resisting it, notice you'll begin to orbit around the center of gravity. And it could get comfortable. To open our eyes, anchor the gaze, both feet on the floor, and shake it out. Ooh, did anyone feel that little circle? Neat. The nervous system is so amazing. All right, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, finding our block. Lots of ways to come down, and I will pattern it, but you can come down any way you want. Take the feet out, maybe turn the toes out and the heels in this time. Bending the knees, I'm sliding my left leg back. Bending both knees, coming down into this particular position is preparation for what's called horse pose. So you can actually come down with your knees out like this. All right, let's take our other leg back. Bring the feet around. Let's move forward on our mat and make a little perk. Block is just off to the side, not using it for this pose, but using it eventually. From here, cross your left ankle over the right ankle. Let's look at different foundations in this pose. There are a lot of seated poses people do not do in yoga because they look like contortionist movements. So let's address how to make a posture accessible to you. So first of all, left ankle is crossed over to the right. If that feels all right, next step is maybe open your right thigh out a little bit. Another option, if you want, cross the left leg all the way over. You could even straighten your right leg out and then cross this leg over. We're gonna go probably 6 to 8 different ways to do this, okay? If you want, open your other leg. So it could be one leg straight, one leg open. It could be both knees bent, both legs open. It's a lot of different ways to do it. I know, it looks like this would be harder, but actually, y'all, the straight leg pulls your back. The straight leg pulls on your back. The bent knee is less pulling on your back, but you have to stretch your hip joint. So I can't say anything is easier or harder. It's about learning about your own body and what it needs. Right. I'm right here. I love it. Okay. So this hand up, turn. You can put the right hand on your left knee. Right hand on your left knee. Or take your right hand and put your elbow on the outside of your leg.
Right.
Some of y'all are doing it. You know, some of you actually surprise yourselves. I've seen you surprise yourself in this class. Can you take it step by step? Okay. Next thing, the two, act surprised. Exhale. Act surprised. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now pull your stomach in. Pull it in. And now turn. Twist. And now let it go. Okay, the breath is going to be shallow. Breathe into your upper chest. It's okay. You don't need a big breath right now. You will sustain life. It's okay. Shallow breath into your upper chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look over your left shoulder. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Sit nice and tall. This is called a Turkish twist. The Turkish twist. Big inhale. Bigger exhale. Inhale. And exhale. If you'd like to kind of tap into a little bit of core strength here, lift up your left hand. Turn your thumb down. Bring the back of the hand into your low back. Pull your left shoulder back a little more. Sit taller and keep twisting. Beautiful. Inhale. Notice where you have the most capacity in your lungs, in your chest for the breath. Upper left lung. Push the breath to your upper left lung. Under your right shoulder blade. I know it sounds funny, but just think about it. Under your right shoulder blade, take a breath. There is space there. Big inhale. One more breath in. And now coming out is a trick. Remove your left arm first. Most people get injured coming out of poses, not getting into them. And slowly come to center. Take the right arm across. Easy does it. No, I'm not doing the crazy twisty thing that we've done. Take your left leg, give it a little assist. Take your right leg out, pause, and let your hips move around a little bit. Move your ankles too. Wasn't that nice? Isn't it nice when you take your sweet time getting into a pose and your body tells you where to go? It's really nice. It's great. Let's try the other side. Bending the knees. Left ankle over the right. Maybe right leg straight, left foot over. Or maybe I'm going onto my hip, bend the right leg, and then come around to seated. Wait, did we already do this leg?
Yeah, I think.
Let's do the other one. Right ankle over left. There we go, y'all. So you can roll over if you want, and notice if the foot comes over this way. We practiced that movement before. And then try to sit and notice how it feels. Or straighten that leg. Now, if you do this, probably gonna feel it in the outer hip a little bit. So right leg is dominant, left arm comes up, right hand on the floor for balance. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Reach across. It could be hand on the knee, hand open, or it could be the elbow to the outside. of the thigh. Sitting tall. Exhale, twist a little. Suck in real quick. 1, 2, 3, surprise. And twist a little more. So we're trying to scoop up the organs, opening up for mobility. Hold it there. Find the breath. It's okay that it's shallow. There's plenty of space for the breath. Plenty of space under your left shoulder blade. Plenty of space on the right side of the chest. If you'd like to work a little more with the core, take the right hand off the floor. Turn the thumb down and place the knuckles at your low back. You can be sitting with more of a straight spine, or you can come forward and soften a little bit. There are different ways to do this pose in different lineages of yoga. Some styles of yoga say you need to be very erect with your spine, but there's another way to do the pose where you soften your upper back so that it works with the health of your kidneys. Keep twisting. Breathe a little more. Exhale. Let's slowly release the right hand first, then the left hand. Bring it around to center nice and slow. Uncross the legs. Let the knees sway and let the ankles and feet move a little bit. Turkish twist. All right, we have like 5 minutes, so 10 minutes. Let's slowly shift off of our perch. Slowly lie down on your side and then roll over onto the back. We have the yoga block. If you'd like to use it underneath your head, it can really help in, I know it seems strange, but it can act like a pillow. Even though it's really hard, it can actually create a lot of comfort in your neck. It might even help to pull tension out of your neck and shoulders. We wouldn't stay like this, you know, don't want to fall asleep like this, but for the most part, it will be safe for the next few minutes. Now, wherever you are, notice how your legs might want to reposition themselves. Sometimes it feels better to keep the knees bent, touch the knees together and keep the feet wide, or you can even straighten the legs down onto the floor. Relaxation pose is wherever you feel relaxed. Shift awareness to the breath. As you inhale, breathe in the sound, ah. Exhale, there's a small voice in the mind that chants, lum. In sound healing, Nada Yoga, the primary sound, the bija, the seed for stability,
for balance is lum, lum. Inhale, breathe in, hearing the sound ah. Exhale, lum. Two more. Breathe in, ah. Lum. Inhale, ah. Exhale, lum. And now, sit with it. Just breathe. Just lie here. Perhaps still hearing the sound of lum reverberating through the body, through the mind. Continue to breathe easy. Maybe feel as if the breath enters the body through the soles of the feet. Sense or see the breath approaching like a red wave of light, moving in through the soles of the feet as you inhale, up the legs, in through the pelvis, all the way up into the chest. And as you exhale, the wave of the breath leaves out from your arms and hands. You may notice that you inhale and maybe there's an underlying effort to pull the breath into the body, perhaps even at times dragging it up, as if the life force is unwilling. Instead, tune into a sense of openness, surrender, so that as we inhale, there is no effort, there is only receiving the breath. This wave of red light not only moves into the body, but also washes over the body. Every breath is an opportunity for renewal, restoration, purification. This is the act of shaucha in yoga. Exhale, letting go. Oftentimes it's easier to associate the exhale with surrender, the letting go process. But there's also a characteristic of surrender to receive the breath, to be open to the breath. From this place, completely open, completely relaxed. Mindfully beginning to move the fingertips and the toes. And maybe bring the hands in to rest on the belly, monitoring the breath. When you're ready, either let your legs stretch out or bring your knees in. We are all lying in unique positions. Move in any unique way so that you can eventually let your knees sway a little bit, unlocking the low back. When you're ready, roll over onto one side. Watch for the drop. If you're using the block as a pillow, there may be a little bit of a drop down. Let's press up into easy seated.
Taking a mudra or a hand gesture, which also is a type of active pressure, for stability and strength and confidence. You can take your left or your right hand in front of you. Take the other hand, curl the fingers in with your thumb up, and just hold it right here in front of your body. Sit nice and tall. Just breathe easy, affirming. I have all that I need. I am confident. I am fully provided for by the universe. Anything that I may possibly need in the future, it's already on its way. So there's nothing to worry about. Worry is like praying for things you don't want. Self-prophesizing. Do not worry. Do not worry about anything. Because everything's gonna be all right. In the words of Bob Marley, sit nice and tall. And exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. From here, press the palms together. Traditional closing gesture of Anjali Mudra. Big breath in. And then exhaling with a bow. Namaste. Chakra 1. Chakra 1, grounding.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.